Thank you, Dr. Iliadis. Thank you, Alexia. Congratulations. Thank you, Dr. Sanas. And thank you, Dr. Telekouris.
Before we leave, is Mr. Larigakis here for final thoughts? He's here. Nick Larigakis, the president of AHI, is going to come forward. But let's give one last round of applause to the Hermes Expo and the Paul and his family for a wonderful job that they did.
A big round of applause to all of you that insist to come here every year and help us expand the Hermes Expo to make it workable for all of us. Thank you. Thank you very much to George Vergatis, an excellent MC. Maybe we're going to consider we have him again next year. Who knows? And ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Nick Larigakis, the president of the Hellenic American Institute.
I will definitely try to keep it short. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here once again this year. It goes without saying, I've said it a number of times today, but it's worth repeating, that we need to thank, of course, Walter Coaches for his vision of creating the Hermes Expo International over 21 years ago, of bringing people together from all walks of life, from within the Greek American community, and reaching out across the Philippines and others to the mainstream community of the United States to bring them together, interact on business. In this way, helping to expand the Greek American community and the business component of that community, not only here in the United States, but of course across the Atlantic between Greece and the United States. And Paul, once again, I congratulate you, your colleagues, your family, and all those, and it's been a pleasure for me at the American Hellenic Institute to be associated with you all these years. Let me just leave you on this thought here. Right now, and for the last really 2 years, what has sucked up the air out of all our discussions, including our discussions here, and I think this table over here to the right has been having this discussion all night because I've been hearing them all night in the corner, has been the crisis in Greece. But at every crisis, there's an opportunity. And I submit to you that although right now Greece is going through one of its darkest hours, by no means is it its darkest hour. No one is going to tell me that what this great country has gone through for 2,500 years of its history is anything more than what's going on here today. This pales in what they've had to endure for over 2,500 years. 400 years of Ottoman Turkish occupation. A bitter occupation by both the Italians and the Germans. Invasion after invasion by the Persians, Venetians, and so many others. And yet, it has stood stall. But what has been the defining factor throughout Greece's history in all these crises? And really, if you look at the countries of the world in their crisis, there's always been somebody that has risen to the occasion. It's been Alexander the Great. It's Solon. It's Leonidas and the 300 Spartans. It's Themistocles. It's Venizelos. It's Ioannis Metaxas. And so many more. Interesting how we get closer to modern Greek history, the names unfortunately seem diminished a little bit. It's Pyrrhos Limas, who put Greece on the map as an Olympic gold medal winner. I don't remember anyone before Pyrrhos Limas, unless you go back to Spiros Louis. And since Pyrrhos, the Greek Olympic team has risen to the occasion. And I may add, it gave also the impetus for 2004 for us to host one of the most successful, if not the most successful Olympiad ever in the world. And also, in that same year, to win a European championship in soccer. And to beat the host country, Portugal, twice. So, the opportunities are there. Greece will survive. It will overcome, and it will be much better for it, and it will Someone needs to come and rise to the occasion. I submit to you, who those people are is going to be more than one. It will be the Greek nation. It's going to be the Greek people who will rise to that occasion and continue to make Greece in its glory and move it into the next century and beyond. But Greece is not alone. All life throughout its history, and for the most of its history, it has to endure, and it has to endure alone. Oh yeah, there's been the Philhellenes, and they've been critically important to that cause. But Greece today is not alone, because there are approximately 7 million Greeks around the world who every day think of nothing else in terms of how to help Greece get out of its dark hour today. So, Mr. Dimas, as you go back, and all of us who go back, let's remind those Hellenes back in Greece that they are not alone, that they will endure, that they will succeed, and because, ladies and gentlemen, failure isn't an option. Thank you.
Paul wanted more speeches, would you believe that? But we're going to close right there with Mr. Larigakis' wonderful words. The band, we're going to call them up. Ladies and gentlemen, you may not have won Mega Millions, but you got to be here at the Hermes Expo with Paul, with Beanos, with Nick, and with all these wonderful people. Congratulations to all of you.